We were there in the 18th and 19th century. As comparative large numbers of Ashkenazi Jews began to arrive in England from Germany, Netherlands, Poland, Russia. Many of Ashkenazi, who clustered in London's East End and similar neighbourhoods in other British cities, came from Eastern European peasant communities, shared these communities' poverty and lack of education. Okay? Disraeli, who emphasizes Sephardic ancestry, understandably wished to differentiate himself from poorer, less cultured Jews. English Sephardic Jews looked at the newcomers from Central and Eastern Europe, whom they called Tedescos, with a clear sense of culture and material superiority. By the beginning of the 19th century, the Ashkenazi, with their Yiddish culture, far outnumbered the long-established Sephardim, who had names such as Disraeli, Montefiore, Mocatta, Lindo, and Da Costa, they remained the most influential section of British Jews. In the 1850s, the total Jewish population of England numbered around 35,000, over half of whom lived in London, Leventhal and Goldstein. Jews born in England had the status of subjects of the crown and enjoyed greater rights than their peers in many other European countries. Okay, however, because they did not belong to the Church of England, unlike dissenters Roman Catholics, could neither participate in parliamentary elections or apply for municipal offices. In 1753, Parliament passed the Jewish Naturalization Act, so it was in 1753. But it was repealed the following year as a result of public demonstrations and protests. The status of English Jews did not change until the middle of the next century. Since its foundation in 1826, Jewish students could graduate from University College London, which accepted students from all faiths. By the end of the Victorian era, all restrictions for every position in Britain except the monarch were removed to British Jews. Okay, although Disraeli was baptized in the Anglican Church of England, at the age of 13, spent his adult life among Jews. He was an open-field Semite throughout his life. He never forgot his origins and claimed that Jews are an aristocratic race that should become a spiritual and intellectual guide for modern Europe. Disraeli, as an author, eagerly promoted Anglo-Israelism as a semi-official ideology of British Empire. In his imagination, he viewed England as a new Israel, which received a covenant from God to carry out an imperial mission in the world. However, as a member of parliament in the years of 1837 and 47, he was quite silent on the issue of emancipation of the Jews. Then twice in 50 and 54 voted against emancipation. However, thanks to his literary work, especially to trilogy Coningsby, Sibyl and Tancred, Disraeli contributed to the abolition of 1847 of restrictions imposed on British subjects of Mosaic faith, so that they finally gained the right to be elected to Parliament in 1858. And he believed that he was descended from Sephardic Jews who had come to England in the Middle Ages from the Iberian Peninsula. So that was Disraeli and what he did for the Jews. Thank you for your attention.